Pearce, price check for us at wide receiver, please.
Sterling Shepard at 5,900. If I like Daniel Jones, I like Shepard with him. 113 yards and a touchdown, 7 receptions in his last game. He had 90 yards receiving in the first game. Again, those are tough matchups. He's running almost perfect routes. He's locked in with Daniel Jones, and he's got a great matchup this week against Atlanta, who has been absolutely torched by wide receivers.
All right, how about you, Kenny?
Yeah, let's stick with this theme of injuries. Juju Smith-Schuster at $6,000 is expensive, but he should be getting a monster target share here when you consider the injury to Deontay Johnson that was suffered at the end of that loss to Las Vegas on the last play. It was a freak thing. Look, Juju already has 15 targets through 2 games. And when you look at Deontay Johnson, he was garnering 22 targets over the first 2 games. So if he misses this game, there's going to be a ton of the ball to go around here. And Juju is a guy that is really depended on by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's sort of the elder statesman of that receiving core. Again, he's been very involved in this offense for the last 2 years, although he hasn't had, that explosive, big game ability, really. He's just been very consistent, very sound. And I think with a matchup with the Bengals, they're allowing over 70% of passes to be completed. You look at this defense, it is banged up. Trey Waynes missed the game in week 2, could miss week 3. And if Trey Waynes is out, that's going to be a massive, massive edge for the Pittsburgh Steelers throwing the football. And we know that they love to throw. I think Juju could see 10 or more targets here, get himself 100 yards, and have a very big game. And I think he is worth paying up for. I think this price also may keep people away in GPPs. I think it could be a sneaky pivot play.
Geoff, which wide receiver is priced just right?
Well, we all know who the fantasy darling at wide receiver is right now, right? I mean, it's the guy who's just smoked the slate 2 weeks in a row. It's Cooper Kupp. Everyone loves Cooper Kupp. Well, guess what? You know what's happening. You know what's about to happen. The rug pull is coming. Robert Woods at 5,700 is my favorite play at wide receiver. Look, he had the same amount of targets as Kupp last week. It's just the big plays went to Kupp. I get it. It's a nice connection with Stafford and Kupp. I'm not saying you don't have to play Cooper Kupp for the rest of the year, but at some point, Robert Woods is going to break out. Matthew Stafford's playing really well, and you look at the matchup this week. Tampa Bay already second last in terms of fantasy points allowed to the wide receivers. Teams just throw so much against Tampa. They're averaging opponents against Tampa over 50 pass attempts per game. I expect a pass-heavy game plan from the Rams here regardless because Darrell Henderson's banged up. I absolutely love the Robert Woods pivot in this spot. I love Matthew Stafford as a play too, so you can pair those two, but I think Woods is going to be the low-owned GPP play that breaks through this week.